Hi, boys and girls. It's Miss Galino, and I just wanted to spend a little time just going over what you're going to be working on today as writers. And your job is going to be focusing on creating a timeline. And as you're working on your timeline, first we want you to be thinking about yourself as a writer and how you have evolved over time. Think about when you started kindergarten or pre-K and you started writing your name, and then you went through the last few years learning how to write more and more. So I want you to think about that as you're going through creating your timeline. And I want you to focus on your writing identity. And writing identity really just means, the word identity means like the fact of being who you are. So we're trying to figure out, so what type of writer are you? And we want you to recognize that. And we're going to be working on that for quite some time. Also, we want you to think and reflect about yourselves over, again, the course of time when it comes to your writing specifically. How have you evolved as a writer? So, we're going to think of ourselves when we were really little, and then maybe a couple years later, and a few years later, and then a few years later. Um, So it could be even you could create a timeline because I think you need probably four events is fine on your timeline in your writer's notebook about it could be even as a writer at home or in school. What kind of writer do you remember something in second grade when you were writing at home or you were writing at school? So the setting doesn't matter. It's really you reflecting on how you have become the writer that you are today. And our goal is, like your coaches, is to make you even better as writers. You also have to focus on like the mood and the attitude over the course of time because not everybody's a writer, a reader writer. There's a lot of kids that are math science kids and technology. They're not really readers or writers. And there's the opposite. There's other ones that are huge readers and writers, but not really into the math and science. And I'll be honest, I have a twin, and I'm more of a reader writer. And my twin brother, is more of a math and science person and technology. Um, so sometimes for him, it was frustrating for writing because it didn't come easy for him. So you want to focus on that as well. And you also want to reflect on like why is that? Like if you were struggling or if you are struggling, like um why might that be the reason? Obviously it's something we're going to be exploring this year too. It's a little higher level thinking. So step one, think about four different events for your timeline. I would go with like kindergarten, um, maybe second grade, third grade, and then last year as a writer, and how you have become better and better, and how you're really going to be great writers by the end of this year. And then step two, you want to focus on what you remember about it, about that time. So I'll give you a quick example. Like no, I think it was second grade. In second grade, I started to play school, and I would give my brother and my older sister assignments to do, and then I would grade them, and or they wouldn't do them, and I would still try to grade them. Um, but I always wrote like little words like "good job," even if it wasn't a good job. So I'd mark that down on my timeline in my notebook. And then also going a little further, because I'm older, I'm kind of thinking more of when I was in high school. and the type of writer I was in high school. And then for me, maybe college and graduate school. And then the fourth for me would be, because I'm an adult, the writer I am today. So for you, I would say maybe pre-K. Well, I don't know about pre-K, but kindergarten, maybe first grade, even if you remember something, third grade, and maybe fourth grade. Can you do more? Sure, of course you can. You could do it every single year of your educational career up until fifth grade. I think that's about it. And I'm looking forward to seeing your timelines and go through the next few slides. And then there's one other. There's one, oh no, actually, you're going to see on the last slide, there's an example, but it was from another teacher. Because I have my timeline, but unfortunately, I didn't put it in timeline format because I forgot my notebook at school, because I had it all done in school, but I forgot to bring it home. But I did my homework and I just did it on a different in a different notebook. So I wanted you though to be able to see an example of creating the timeline. That's why I kept a slide of Mrs. Reganata. Okay, so good luck and make us proud and put some effort into it.